long before the current ideas of ancient astronauts. H.P. Lovecraft set the Pleiades as the home of his fictional characters, the Great Old Ones. H.P. Lovecraft created a number of deities throughout the course of his literary career, such as the Great Old Ones and the Elder Things. An ongoing theme in Lovecraft's work is the complete irrelevance mankind has in the face of horrors that apparently exist in the universe, with Lovecraft constantly referring to the Great Old Ones, a loose pantheon of ancient powerful gods who were from space and once ruled Earth. In Lovecraft's stories, the benevolent deity is called Nodens, or Lord of the Great Abyss, also referred to as Nuada of the Silver Hand. He is based on the Celtic deity Nodens, associated with healing, the sea and hunting. He was worshipped in ancient Britain, most notably at a temple park near Gloucestershire, and also was worshipped in Gaul. He has been equated with the Roman gods Mars and Silvanus, and his name is cognate with the Irish mythological figure Nuada. In Irish mythology, Nuada, known by Silverhand, was the first king of the Tuatha De Danann. He is thought to have been a god and is related to the British and Gaulish god Nodens. He is also associated with hunting and fishing. Nuada was king of the Tuatha De Danann for 7 years before they came to Ireland. They made contact with the Firbolg, the then inhabitants of the island, and Nuada sought from them half of the island, which their king rejected. Both peoples made ready for war, but in an act of chivalry, allowed their arms and numbers to be inspected by the opposing side, to allow for a truly fair battle. During this first great battle, Nuada lost an arm in combat with the Firbolg champion Sveg. But Nuada's ally, Enkeba of Norway, then fought Sven. 50 of Nuada's soldiers carried him from the field, and the Tuatha gained the upper hand in the battle, and the Tuatha were victorious. The Tuatha then decided to offer the Firbolgs 1/4 of Ireland instead of the 1/2 offered before the battle, and he chose Connacht. The Fomorians were mythological enemies of the Tuatha De Danann and the people of Ireland, often equated with the mythological opposing force such as the Greek Titans to the Olympians. The second battle of Mad Tuireann, Nuada was killed and beheaded by Balor. Nuada's name is also cognate with that of a Welsh figure, Ludlor Iraint, or Lud of the Silver Hand. The Norse god Tyr is also another deity equated with Mars, who also lost a hand. Sabazios is another Indo-European deity associated with a sacred hand. The legendary British king Lud may therefore ultimately be derived from Nodens, traditionally associated with the city of London. The Fisher King of Arthurian legend is therefore proposed as a survival of this deity. The Tuatha are said to have retreated into the fairy mounds, cloaking their presence by raising the fairy mist. The Tuatha De Danann can be linked to the same origin as the gods in Greek mythology. Hesiod calls the Greek gods the Golden Race. In Irish mythology, Ireland was subject to 6 invasions. The first 5 were from otherworldly beings, and the last was from Milesians. The Tuatha was known to come from the heavens. This information had been passed down from Dispater, the god of the underworld. These stories stayed in the oral tradition because the Irish had not been invaded, like the surrounding countries. In conjunction, the Druidic schools wanted to contain the stories in verbal form. This kept the stories in circulation to the culture and public.
This story is the one I sort of mentioned earlier in the show that I kept having to look back up and go, am I really reading Forbes right now? Is this really Forbes, or am I reading The Onion? Am I reading a joke website? But no, this is the story from Forbes.com. Iran says that tall, white space aliens control America. documents leaked by NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden conclusively prove that the United States has been ruled by a race of tall, white space aliens.